Lawyers for Michael Brown's family speak out. This after the grand jury announced Officer Darren Wilson will not face charges for shooting and killing 18-year-old Brown.
We're going to hold out hope that at some point justice will be served and we will at least have a presentation of evidence that is fair and impartial.
Speaking at a news conference today, the lawyers objected to the St. Louis prosecutor Bob McCulloch's decision to call a grand jury instead of appointing a special prosecutor. Meanwhile, Ferguson business owners pick up the pieces after last night's destructive protest. Demonstrators burned several cars, including police cruisers and buildings throughout the suburb. Some protest even spilled over into nearby St. Louis, where the police chief was quick to condemn the violence.
We do not tolerate criminal activity. We do not tolerate window smashings, looting, crime associated with these. So while we support everybody's right to come out and have their voices heard, you will see a large police presence.
Chief Samuel Dotson says officers heard hundreds of shots fired last night. Tensions began to boil over following the announcement of the jury's decision. It spent 70 hours pouring through the evidence. Also, in New York City, a police officer shoots and kills an unarmed man in a housing project last week. The New York City Police Commissioner says it was an accident, but some call for charges to be filed against the cop.
This was a deliberate killing. It was reckless. It was criminally negligent homicide, and we want him indicted.
President Obama arrives in Chicago. He'll be there to drum up support for his immigration plan, which shields millions of illegal immigrants from deportation. Pope Francis also weighs in on immigration. The pontiff says refugees need acceptance, assistance, and policies that stimulate new jobs. The Pope urges Europe to create a unified and fair immigration policy. America says it won't pay ransoms for hostages. The White House is reviewing its policies in securing the release of hostages like Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. 70% of people surveyed for a recent Quinnipiac poll say no, the U.S. should not pay ransoms. Well, now that Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel's resignation is officially in, many wonder who will be the next in line for the job. So far, a few names have popped up. Former Undersecretary for Defense Michelle Flournoy. Michigan Senator Carl Levine's name has also been mentioned, but he may be leaving Washington when his term is up in January. And also Ashton Carter, a former Deputy Defense Secretary, has also been named. That was your latest Newsmax Now update.